glad to have you join us on the Desopadec Weekly. This is an award-winning program where we talk about all the activities of the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. The menace of flood coming with heavy rains has been a worrisome phenomenon threatening lives and properties in recent times. In this episode of the Desopadec Weekly, we'll take a look at the measures by the Delta State #1 Interventionist Agency, the Desopadec, and the Office of the Director General Special Duties to combat flooding across communities in the state. Joy Ochei is smiling. Thank you for joining us. Season has often brought a flood wreaking havoc upon our cities and communities in both coastal and upland areas. The Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, the Desopadec, in collaboration with the State Ministry of Environment and the Office of the Director General Special Duties, has launched a sweeping operation to clear silted drains across cities and communities in the mandate areas of the Commission. This is to prevent the nightmare of flooded streets, submerged homes, displaced persons, and destruction of properties worth millions of naira, which had plagued the mandate areas in the past rainy seasons. Recall that the chairman, the Desopadec board, Olorogun John Nani, had noted in a recent interview with the Desopadec Weekly that the flood witnessed days ago in the mandate areas of the Commission came as a result of human activities. He had pledged that the Commission would intervene by clearing all blocked drains throughout the cities, towns and villages in the different mandate areas.
Well, of course, it has been the custom of the state to see that they intervene in the flooding, and the state has also directed that the Desopadec should intervene. I know full well that within this week, the Desopadec is going to intervene by opening up all the block drainages, culverts, and waterway. We are going to do that to see that we ameliorate the suffering of the people. The state is going to do their own rally, but for now, the flash flooding, which is the internal flooding, is being caused by block drains, which we are going to make sure that the drains are cleared.
Speaking earlier with the Desopadec Weekly TV, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, the Desopadec, Chief Festus Ochonogo, said Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Warri, has mandated the Commission with other relevant government agencies to clear the drains to avoid imminent flood.
We had a successful board meeting today, which is the third of the series of our monthly board meeting. Issues were discussed and had resolution. One of them is making an attempt quickly to be involved in the flood control mechanism as directed by His Excellency Right Honorable Sheriff Warri, because we are no doubt aware of the devastating effect of flood. So the state is desirous of at least providing mechanism to address it, and we're also involved in collaboration with the state, particularly Minister of Housing, to address the pending flood in the riverine area.
Memories of recent flood-related disasters across the state have cast a shadow of concern and anxiety, particularly over residents of the oil city of Warri. Many can vividly recall the devastation caused by clogged drainage systems, prompting a collective sigh of relief as bulldozers and drain cleaning crew hit the streets of Warri, Uwe and Ugeli.
Formerly, when the rain fall, things dey tedious for us. Even our business, they choked our business up. Particularly if the rain fall, everybody they evacuate from this area. But when we see una they do this work, so we appreciate una. More una put effort to do more, because with like this now, some people say, as we dey look the weather, we dey see the rain won't fall. We don't dey make provision to leave the area. But when we see una, now be the courage what we take so. So I will go beg the people when they do this work. Desopadec, more una keep doing other area when it touch, because we don't see our side now don't they okay.
So Mr. Solomon Chikwedu, a Betsy business owner, and Victor Orugbe, a car dealer in Airport Road, Warri, the ongoing drainage clearance solicits hope and relief. According to both residents who spoke to the Desopadec Weekly TV, the clearing of drainage has provided them a flood-free business environment.
I'm already a happy man. For me to see you people this morning here, I'm already a happy man. So I use the opportunity to thank the Desopadec. My business will move well. My business will go forward because of the water. Because of I will now return because of they see that the water is now dry. They will come back.
The Airport Road in Warri, in the early weeks of July 2023, experienced overwhelming flood due to black drains. This was also witnessed in other major towns and villages in the mandate areas of the Commission.
You will, if you live in Warri, you will have noticed that there have been heavy flooding in Warri and the environs for the past 1 month. And the management of the Desopadec, jointly with Minister of Environment Asaba, have decided to intervene by opening up these drains and the canals along this road. That's exactly why we are here. It will take quite some time because we'll go beyond the port road. The work is supposed to take us to Uwe, Ukbe, Uweli North, Uweli South, Saple, local government. In fact, the Desopadec mandate area.
The drainage clearing project would continue for a reasonable period of time to cover the enormous size the Desopadec mandate areas. Modern techniques are playing a pivotal role in this race against time. Drainage experts, armed with the necessary tools, are venturing into the depths of the drainage network, identifying blockages and assessing the progress for real-time operations.
For now, we have not met with any form of a stiff challenge. We have met with the challenges we have met are those, totally closed drains. These are the challenges we have met. But thank God we have specialized equipment to do that, to open them up. So, but there's no still challenge. We are getting cooperation from the residents. People are really helping us. You can see that one of them brought his sledgehammer for us to open up a place that is obstructing the free flow of the water. We don't have any still challenge for now. Everybody is offering, so why should we have any form of challenge? We're not expecting it either.
Clean-up exercise, which began on Saturday, 22nd July 2023, continues. The Commission cautioned residents of Warri and environs to avoid throwing dirt in the drains to avert reoccurring blockage of water channels with the attendant hardship.
We have discovered that we have very poor sanitary habits where people throw their dirts and their waste into the drain instead of thinking of an appropriate way to dispose them. So we are using this opportunity to beg them not to be throwing things into the drains and canals. But once it is blocked, they will be the one to suffer it.
We have waste managers that are picking up waste. People should register with them. Government is coming up with Operation Show Your Receipt very soon. And anybody that has not registered with PSP and patronizing these cat boys, because these cat boys most times they carry waste and at night they go and drop them in drainages. And some people, once it rains, they just empty their waste into the drain. This should all stop. We are going to suffer for it at the end of the day. If you think you have pushed it from your area, it will get to your brother, it will get to your sister, it will get to your parents, it will get to your friends.
While the clearing of blocked drains in Airport Road was on, another team evacuated the debris with trucks to the proper dump sites. Desopadec also brought specialized earth-moving equipment to the Airport Road project site, while opening natural water channels at nearby Kusini layouts in Warri. At the early hours of Sunday, 23rd July 2023, the project manager, engineer Tony Okuwe, and other management staff of the Desopadec, with the representatives of the State Ministry of Environment, resumed duties at Kusini layout to free the water channels.
Today is actually day 2 of this flood intervention activity in the Desopadec mandate area. What we're actually doing today, we are still opening drains along Airport Road and clearing of the drain using payloader and dump trucks. Then we have equally mobilized the Swambogi into the Kosini Ejeba Creek. And as we are talking, the Swambogi is there working.
The drainage, when carefully cleared, will empty all flood water coming from the airport road access into a canal in Warri. The water will be guided further by a natural water channel towards the Ejeba region before finding its way to the river.
It will affect the community and the economic activity positively, because what they are doing is very encourageable. We appreciate the state government for looking into this area, that give it fit to come and do the clearing of our community, and will reduce the excess of flood in our community.
Clearing drainage is not just about preventing flooding. It is about building resilience in the face of changing weather patterns. When drainage are kept free of debris and blockages, they can efficiently channel rainwater away from streets and homes, reducing the risk of devastating floods and property damage. On day 3 of the drainage projects at Airport Road and Kosini area, the team from the Desopadec and State Ministry of Environment, the Managing Director of the Desopadec, Chief Festus Ochinogo, visited to ascertain the impact of the job done so far. Chief Ochinogo was taken round declared drains at Airport Road and the natural water channel at the Kosini layout by engineer Tony Okuwe from the Desopadec and Francisca Ortega, representing Delta State Ministry of Environment.
The truth is that there is a natural waterway that is supposed to be taking care of all flood, storm water, so that there be no. Yes, we are building on the waterway. Even beyond there, I think this link, this canal has a link directly into Warri River by the express. So if there is, if it is not this our habit of building on the waterways, we are not supposed to have flooding in Warri, or at least most part of Warri. Natural waterways. So it is in Ughelli. In fact, a typical flood trap today, we discovered that somebody constructing just blocked it completely. And it's supposed to be a water trap coming from the other side, the built up area, the shop further by the garage, the way you turn into Isoko Road. They have completely built that place. So we cannot find it. So we want to open that place up. And from there, it enters the canal down to the river. So the man blocked it so that all the water coming, when it gets to that place, it flows back into the community.
Speaking with the Desopadec Weekly TV crew and other newsmen, the Desopadec Chief Executive Officer expressed satisfaction with the job done so far. He assured that the Commission will make extra efforts to minimize the effects of flood in the areas.
So far, started on Saturday by the interministerial committee set up by the state, the Ministry of Environment and the Desopadec. We also have special duties, TG, that is also involved. So far so good, and that is why I've come to see what they have done in these last 2 days. We need to encourage them more, having seen the magnitude of the blockage and the effect it will have if we don't take a proactive measure, just like we have started. But we will need to do more to make sure the effect will be minimized.
Frowning at the uncharitable attitude of some residents of Warri to block natural water channels with unapproved structures, the MD said relevant authorities had been commissioned by the state government to address all issues associated with erection of structures on natural waterways.
What we have seen now in Warri is this deliberate deliberate effort to block a water channel, and which is not a good one. Warri has this normal natural channel that can take care of these flood-related challenges. But where we deliberately block, what do you expect? The water will come back and everybody will start complaining. Excellency is Right Honorable Sheriff Boroweri is desirous of bringing life back to Warri. And government cannot achieve that if we, on our own, start to make things difficult for government. These blockages are not necessary. And it's something that we need to strengthen our development control. People shouldn't just build anyhow. There should be approval, and there should also be monitoring of development in our communities. But here, people just build anyhow, and to the extent that from that side now, water cannot move across easily across Port Road to this side because of what the immigration people have done. So I think we need to intensify effort. We need to also get the other sister agency involved to make sure that we identify them just as we have been, so that action is taken.
While listing communities of the Desopadec mandate areas that would benefit from the drainage clearing exercise, Chief Ochonogo enjoined property owners to give serious consideration to natural water channel while carrying out their developmental activities.
We are in Warri. We are also going to touch Efuru. It's not only limited to this Warri and this environment. We are going to Ugeli. They have started work on Ugeli. Tomorrow we are also going to be in Ugeli. Agbaro, that has this as well. We are also going to get to Ole and Ozoro. From there to Kwale, to Ashaka, to Mutu, to Agbo, in that axis. On the other side, we're also going to get to Sapele, Ogara, and Jesse and Oruro. So it's actually it's an extensive program to minimize the effect of flooding in the state, supported seriously by His Excellency. My appeal is that we should help ourselves. Nobody is going to come from anywhere to develop a Warri. It is government and the people living in Warri. But if we make it difficult for government, you shouldn't be surprised when government take a drastic measure. Nobody is against development. But don't use your development to thwart the effort of government by building on waterway, particularly with respect to erosion control now.
The Desopadec Managing Director said the Commission is committed to ensuring an orderly environment and urged inhabitants of both rural and urban areas to cooperate with the agency in the task of checking flooding. And this is our package for today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Next week, we'll return with more on the Desopadec Weekly. But until we come back, do follow us on our social media handles as usual for questions, contributions, and suggestions on how together we will continue to bring more to Delta State. On behalf of the entire crew here, Joy Uche is my name. Thank you for watching. See you next week.